I've been doing a lot more on the producing side in the past few years, actually, more than in front of the camera. Just kind of organically happened that the switch happened somewhere, and I wanted to get back to acting, so I decided to just write myself a role. I've never considered myself a writer. I've never called myself a writer. I wanted to create a role for myself that I wanted to play, that I wanted to be in, that was relevant to me, that was interesting to me. So I kind of just sat down one day and I was like, no one else is going to write it for me, obviously, so I'm going to try. And then, I took a deep breath and sent the first draft to Terry, and I think my mom were the only two people. Of course, my mom said she loved it. But Terry was the one that said, no, it's actually, you might have something here. Terry and I have a really lovely working collaboration. We've been working together for, I think, 7 years now, give or take. And I auditioned for his very first film those 7 years ago, and we've made countless since then. And that's kind of where the producing sort of organically happened for me, because we were making all these films together, and some of them weren't getting funding, and we were just doing them ourselves, and so we kind of, everyone involved always stepped up, and then I found that I had a bit of a knack for it, so I just kind of kept on doing that. We talked about the film a lot before we started. We did all the casting together, and when it came time to go, I had full trust. So if he said something wasn't quite right, I was usually the first one to be like, okay, let's change it. I wasn't precious about anything. I think that the challenge didn't come in the acting so much, because I did write her fairly close to home. I mean, you write what you know, especially for your first script, right? I wasn't going to write, make myself a superhero, or so it was, she was very close to my own life, and not autobiographical, but elements for sure. So that part wasn't challenging, but the writing obviously was, things like dialogue and how setting up a scene so it flows and it feels natural, and that was challenging for me. I would say install Final Draft on your computer and stare at a blank screen for 3.5 weeks, and eventually something is going to come out, and it might be really bad. Like my first draft, I can't even read anymore. I'm just like, oh, I cringe every time but I just tried. I didn't know it was either going to be something that I threw away and said that I tried, or something that I did, and I did it.